Hello. Okay, so this is the first video I've ever made, and it's for our journal. So here it goes. This is week one's journal. There was a list of activities and a list of questions that we needed to answer, and so I completed those, and these are my responses. The first question asks that we describe the 7 dimensions of wellness that are listed in the text. And so I'm just going to give a brief description. I'm not going to go into too much detail because then the video would last forever. But the first is social, which basically means maintaining your interactions with family and friends and developing those levels of intimacy and being able to maintain those relationships in a healthy manner. Emotional, which is basically the ability to control your stress and to express your emotions effectively and in a healthy manner, coping and things of that nature. The third is physical, which just basically boils down to being able to do the activities of your daily life, being able to move around in a way that allows you to live life effectively. It basically boils down to being able to have as positive a physical lifestyle as possible. Then you have spiritual, which refers to your belief in a higher power, your belief in something larger than yourself, something beyond yourself. And then we have intellectual, which is the ability to learn things effectively and a desire to seek knowledge and a desire to learn other lifestyles and other thoughts and other ideals and to be able to absorb those effectively and in a healthy manner. Occupational, which is the ability to achieve balance, and that could be with work or school or home or just being able to excel in those various areas while at the same time maintaining multiple areas. And then the last would be environmental, which basically is promoting health and promoting positivity and doing it on a community scale. And it doesn't necessarily have to be your community, just a community and the areas around you. So those are the 7 dimensions. And then we were asked, what did you learn from the assessment that surprised you? And for me, I was surprised that my stress, coping, and spiritual wellness were as high. Because really, typically, I tend to think of myself as a pretty stressed person. I work, I go to school, I travel, we have small kids, so I tend to think I'm pretty stressed. But after the assessment, I realized that while I have stressors in my life, I'm not necessarily always stressed because I'm dealing with those things in an effective and in a healthy manner. And then as far as my spiritual health and spiritual wellness, it surprised me, not because I don't consider myself a spiritual person or a religious person or anything like that, but because in my mind, spiritual wellness meant that I was going to church all the time, and I don't. So the fact that I was considered, based on the assessment, to be spiritually well was surprising. The third question was, what were my weakest dimensions? My weakest were nutritional, environmental, and physical. And then we were asked, how does our lifestyle lead to those weaknesses? And really, for me, there's a few things. My lifestyle leads to poor environmental because I'm always on the go. So I don't really get to do things that help the environment. Like I don't recycle and I don't like go pick up trash or anything like that. And I don't really get to be as active in my community as I would like because I'm hardly ever home. My nutritional weakness is in large part also due to my job because I travel so much and I'm in a hotel a lot. So a lot of times I'm eating a lot of fast food and a lot of junk and things that aren't really good for me, but they get the job done as far as fueling me and filling me up. And then as far as my physical, I actually suffer from joint disease. So with that being the case, I'm not as active as I used to be or really as I would like to be. So I wasn't surprised that was something that was an issue. And then my 3 strongest were my social, my spiritual, and my intellectual. And actually, I really had a 4-way tie between all those things and my occupational, which was great. The things that lead to those strengths are like my healthy relationships with my friends and my family, my close relationship with God, my constant knowledge seeking in all things, be it at work, at school, in life. I'm constantly seeking knowledge from somewhere. And that balance between work and school, which I maintain through my family and friends, they really help me out a lot in keeping things, together. It also asked what I've learned wellness is, and for me, I've learned that wellness is all inclusive. Like, I used to think that it just meant like how healthy you are, but after reading through everything, it's helped me to see that it really encompasses a lot of things. It really, you know, is a really broad topic with specific points, but it can include so much. And then lastly, the question was one way to improve my weakest dimension of wellness, and I'm going to document how I progress with that. And my weakest was my nutrition, and one way that I really am working on improving my nutrition is by, when I get to my hotel, writing out a detailed list, based on whether I have a refrigerator, microwave, whatever, a detailed list of a really good diet and really good things that I can get from the store, and instead of eating out all the time, waiting until I get back to my room and having meals there so that I'm not eating as much takeout. So we'll see how that goes. We'll see how that progresses. I'm actually going back out on the road pretty soon, so we'll see if I can hold true to my ambition when it comes to my nutrition, and I will see you next week. Bye.